Welcome to Youth Unfiltered,
The show where we move away from the grooving and the turning up and instead focus on the actual issues that affect our youth, featuring actual youth, completely unfiltered. My name is Sibu Mpanza, and today I'm joined by three unseen heroes to find out how to become a community changemaker. Please help me welcome Angie, Tabang, and Yolanda. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
I would go with my mom to her work, and then I would help around and not get paid. So I guess it's volunteering. So I actually have seen initiatives around campus, but I wouldn't just wake up one day and be like, oh my God, I'm going to do that. No. No.
Yeah, I volunteered at UJ via the UJ community engagement. Yeah. It was a great experience where the Dare to Read program, where we went to primary schools to encourage them to have a positive relationship with reading.
I have volunteered, in multiple organizations. I've volunteered at an orphanage, currently volunteering at the SASCO organization here at school, also currently making people to vote as well since election time.
Yolanda, I'm going to start with you. Critics say that, volunteering is not a long-term solution. It's more of a temporary fix, Do you feel like that's the case? And if so, how can we then make sure that these solutions are long-term and it actually creates systemic change over time?
For us to come up with long-term solutions, we should be looking at our education system. I'd say let's look at things like STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. If we really focus on improving that in our schooling, we will find that people come up with solutions, and it can be sustainable solutions because they started learning that at an early age and they grow up with it.
So I think what I want to kind of echo is that young people, more specifically, need to volunteer with a goal in mind. It's really about what are you doing in the space? How are you creating a change? And you might find that the way you position yourself within that volunteering community or initiative or campaign can actually create long-term benefits for you. So for example, I'm a first job alumni, and after my internship, I looked in my community, what sort of thing can I involve myself in? And I found an organization called the Ruhlatjwayo Arts Center, where they gave me a platform to actually fundraise for them and to be on their marketing front. So they didn't actually limit me. Sure. And that's the nice thing about these local community initiatives. You'll find if you're really motivated, they won't limit you. But my point was that I was able to then get funding from the National Arts Council, which then created a job for myself and many others within the organization. So that's why I'm saying you need to volunteer with a goal in mind. In that way, the volunteering itself can become sustainable.
Right? Yeah, right?
I'm inspired. Based on what Angie and Yolanda said, I love to say it, I'm a product of volunteerism. Yeah. There is an organization called Youth Capital and also Activate Change Driver. When I finished my grade 12, I didn't have money to go to school. I was rejected, So with what Angie said, volunteer with a goal. Sure. But for others, they don't have that mindset. So if we give them the structure, I feel like there is a way. There is a way, actually. I don't feel there is a way.
There is a way.
Yes.
I love that you brought up leadership, because that leads me into my next question. How can young people be empowered to take on leadership role in these community projects? Do you think there's even space for that?
In my community, there isn't much resources or anyone to help us around there. You could have an idea, but you don't have the voice.
I think it starts really little. Engage with people, take litter. Be an example to other people, to other kids as well.
I think we live in a world where realistically everything is at the tip of our fingerprints, and then start where you can.
I think how we could get the youth to engage. There's a whole lot of influencing. So if we would have an influencer that actually focuses around those things, I think the youth would actually do it, because we are very influenced by those people.
To get young people to volunteer, I would firstly, talk to them one-on-one, have a heartfelt conversation.
I think one way for initiatives to engage with more young people is to first start with the truth, and just if you can speak it and you can be honest, and most of all you can capture the genuineness that will reflect from yourself to the viewer.
I feel like for me, I was given like, a platform to speak, you know. Abantu abadala, like baholo barena, they need to understand that like we are coming from different generations with different life experiences. So let's meet together, allow me to say something, and with your experiences, let's find a way.
Well, I feel like you're not successful until you have a successor. So if the leaders...
Right?
Yes!
Absolutely.
Whoa. So if the leaders of today are not taking somebody by the hand and mentoring them, we're going to be stuck in the same situation. So we do need to create platforms for mentorship. And I truly believe, if we remember Mandoza's song, so if we can look at that situation and look at how do we move people away from those corners, because I mean it's still happening, but if we do not have a plan to move them from the corners and take them somewhere more productive, we're stuck.
I definitely agree and echo what Tabang and Yolanda is saying, specifically her point about mentorship and training. So I'm obviously from the Arts and Culture Trust. At the moment, I am their program coordinator, and I coordinate a scholarships program. And I think the niche that the trust is trying to fill is that we provide mentoring and training because we feel it's so important. There's so many free online, training courses. So it's really, for me, to equip the young people with skills that will allow them to do well within their volunteer position.
Yo, guys, the kids are all right. I think we're gonna be good. I have an initiative of my own. It's called Cancel Time on Channel O Unfiltered. Okay, it's my favorite part of the show. We are going to cancel something that has to do with the topic at hand. We're talking about volunteering. We're talking about community-based projects. So I am going to cancel the idea that you're too young to volunteer. You're too young to go out there and make a difference. I think we tend to wait until we're a little bit older. Okay, now I have more time, I'm going to go out, or I have money now, I'm going to start donating. So I think that's what I'd like to cancel. What would you like to cancel?
Cancel this idea of like we are in a society like where we live together. I need you, you need me. So I feel like I need people to stop saying it is useless to volunteer. That's not for me. Yes. Don't do that, guys. Yes. We need each other.
I would like to cancel the idea that it is scary to volunteer, because sometimes people are afraid to actually go to these organizations. I don't know who's going to welcome me. I don't know what to say when I get there. I'd rather you trust your instincts. If your instincts have taken you to that organization, it's because you've got something to give there. Just go there and offer what you have.
I would like to cancel the idea that volunteering opportunities don't exist within your community. I think I've really experienced a lot of excuses from young people. I'll call them excuses because you're really taking the agency away from yourself and putting it onto the next person, whereas your future, your responsibility. So, I actually initiated something recently where I had the scholarship participants visit their community art centers in their different provinces, just to highlight to them that, you don't have to all come to Johannesburg. You don't have to all, there are opportunities that exist within your community. And I think one platform that I found stood out for me was the forgood.co.za. Yes. They post some really nice opportunities on there, and you can't go straight from being a student or a matriculant right up to the CEO. You need to follow steps, and volunteerism is a step that most of us are having to take because of the unemployment.
Woo! Oh, we cancelled. No, we cancelled. Thank you so much, guys. Friends, you heard it. It is never too late or too early to start volunteering. Find places within your community. There are lots and lots of people who need help. Thank you to our amazing guests for joining us today.